Alright folks, JC the Sniper coming to you once again, this time with what will just be a short video, and this video is regarding NC Star. You can't see that real well, but that says NC Star, it's their little logo, and they make tactical gear, such as this quick detach bipod, this foregrip, scope, and a laser and light mount. And this is just a warning for you guys, if you don't know NC Star already, that their stuff is basically crap. I would not recommend you to buy anything made by NC Star just because it's junk. Yeah, it's cheap, but it's junk. I paid about 50 bucks for all this, and you know, at the local gun shop, I thought, oh hey, that's a good deal, you know, even if it's not that great, you know, can you really go wrong with 50 bucks for, you know, a foregrip, tactical light mount and laser mount, sight, bipod, you know, for 50 bucks? That's not that bad. And it's a good thing I didn't pay any more than that, because all this stuff is pretty much junk, with the exception of the bipod. But just let me show you what I'm talking about real quick here. Here is a vertical foregrip for your AR or weapon with, you know, standard rail mounts. Mount that on there for a foregrip. It's actually, you know, quite ergonomic. Good polymer, you know, seems pretty decent. But screw it in and, oh, look at that. Yeah. The threads just fell out. Apparently, you know, this is 2 cylinder halves, which they've glued into the chamber here, or the barrel here, I guess you could call it, of the grip that this screws into. Now, the only problem with that is that it's extremely weak, and when you screw that in, you can just pull that right out, which means this cannot latch in at all. That won't stay in, and that does you no good as a hand grip, because it falls out. So, vertical foregrip, piece of crap. So that's number 1 piece of crap. Laser and light mount. I will say, this light is pretty decent. It has a pressure switch on the back, can also be screwed in to provide continuous light. I don't really have a problem with this light. Aluminum body, kinda heavy, you know, it's not a Surefire, it's not extremely high quality, but I didn't pay very much for it. You know, it has a useless pocket clip because it's mounted right next to the mount, so you can't really get that in your pocket. I mean, you can see how difficult that would be. So that's kind of silly. It quick detach clips into here in the tactical light mount, if I can get it in the viewfinder. There it goes. Clips in like that, very solidly, and then you squeeze this, pops right out. That I actually like. However, the laser that came mounted in it is a piece of crap. Here's the switch right here, and it is broken. You can actually pull the switch out. I don't know if I can get it, but it's supposed to have a switch on either side. There's only a switch on one side because it's broken off. That just happened, like, you know, I took it out of the box and it broke off. And in my opinion, a piece of tactical gear should not just break like that. You know, it just shouldn't. Because what happens if you're in a tactical situation? There you can see the rest of the switch came out. The switch actually just, where's that little piece? The switch actually broke in half. Oh crap, hang on. There it is. The switch actually broke in half. You can see there's a little groove there. Maybe you can't see it. There's a little groove there that's supposed to go around the switch in this little laser. And it broke. So I can turn the laser on by poking something through it. There's the laser. But I don't think I should have to do that. I mean, that's really stupid, that I have to poke a piece of crap through my laser to turn it on and off. So very frustrating. And as a piece of tactical gear, you know, that's kind of useless because that takes like 10 minutes to turn on and off. So, piece of crap. The mount itself, not too bad. You know, it's aluminum. And it latches on pretty decently. You know, it's hard to mess up a mount. It's just a block of aluminum. So, that's not too bad. And, you know, this does a fairly decent job here of clipping on and stuff. So, you know, I won't fault them for that. However, that is big. You know, that's not streamlined at all. And of course, that's because this was intended to mount a laser and a flashlight, rather than one or the other. So it's kind of big, but the laser's a piece of crap. The light's not bad. However, you know, it has some ergonomic issues. Like that pocket clip is stupid. They either should have left that off or made it work. Mounted over here, where you can actually clip it in your pocket rather than right next to the mount, where you can't use it. This is the bag that came with the flashlight to keep the flashlight in. Has a, you know, crappy piece of like nylon webbing on the back to hold it on to your belt. This is very flimsy material. It's just junky. Low quality hook and loop tape. Just one little tiny piece of it to hold it closed. Just a piece of crap. You know, junk. So that's crappy too. My next and greatest point of frustration, this scope. This scope is also a piece of crap. You know, it's sturdy. It is, you know, this thing is built like a rock. It is heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And that's, you know, not a good thing. Has this quick release, which you cannot get tight. Regardless of how much you tighten it, this thing will not stay tight. It will wiggle loose. I even tried Loctiting it. It's just not tight. The pieces just don't fit together tight enough to make it stay tight. So that wiggles loose. And of course when that wiggles loose, the whole thing jiggles off alignment. I've actually had 2 scopes made by NC Star, and neither one of them was able to keep their 0. Both of them shook off 0 within the first couple of rounds. And obviously for a scope, especially in a tactical situation, you can't have that. If your scope's off 0, you're going to die. You know, if you're shooting and it's hitting 2 feet right of where you're supposed to be hitting, that's not going to work. So, scope is a piece of crap. Another thing, see if I can get this sight picture. Yeah, there's the sight picture a little bit. It's not bad. It's a mil-dot reticle. You can't really see it too well. It's lit up. It has a lighting capability. You see there. There's a red and a green. But the lighting goes back at your face. As you can see, it's kind of glaring in the camera. And, you know, ruins your night vision. So if you actually needed it, it's terrible. Because it's going to blind you. So that's kind of stupid, I think. Also, the scope body is actually sideways in the mount. The crosshair, meaning the crosshairs are crooked. Like, you know, instead of being straight up and down, they're like this. You know, they're off. They're not, you know, one up and down and one horizontal. They're crooked. So they're a little bit sideways. And of course, this mount is solidly machined around the scope. There's no way to adjust it. So you're stuck with the crosshairs twisted. And that throws off your adjustment. So that's stupid. It has this stupid elevation adjustment, which doesn't work. Mostly because the sight is just off. Final thing, the bipod. This is a quick detach bipod for a bayonet lug, and this is actually fairly decent. You squeeze like that to pop it up, ratchets out. I've not really had any trouble with this. So, if you're going to get anything NC Star, you know, this isn't real tight or high quality, but it's okay and it works. You know, it'll hold up your gun. So, long story short, NC Star is a bunch of crap. Don't buy it. You know, maybe some select things will work. So, anyway, JC the Cyper, signing off.